The top 10 youngest billionaires in the world. Hey guys, back with another video. This time I've come up with a list of top 10 youngest billionaires in the world. We often think that a person is a billionaire by birth, but the fact is they're usually not. Even if they are born in a family owning millions, it takes a very long time to go from million to billion. So stay tuned to see the 10 youngest billionaires in the world. So number 10 is Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner, the young socialite, celebrated her 21st birthday by becoming the youngest self-made billionaire. She already owns a bit of money, but then started her own cosmetics company named Kylie Cosmetics. It sold decent products, certainly not a luxury line. Later in November 2018, she begins her dealing with the beauty retailer Ulta. After that, her cosmetics were in over 1,100 stores around the country. This, coupled with the social media savvy of Kylie and her social network, they blew up her cosmetics high up in the sky. Within several months, her cosmetics were valued at over $900 million. And guess what? Kylie Jenner is the only sole owner. She didn't start her business to come in the top 10 billionaires list. Rather, she just took her brand to an enormous level. Number 9 is a well-known tech figure to us who has influenced our day-to-day lives. Yes, I'm talking about Mark Zuckerberg. He didn't invent the idea of social media, but he made it so accessible that nowadays everyone from youngsters to great-grandmothers has some kind of online presence due to him. Mark Zuckerberg was just an undergrad student in Harvard who got an idea and started the Harvard-only website called Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg wanted to connect people, so he made it more of a social networking site, a site that quickly saw signups around campus. It became so popular that Zuckerberg expanded to other schools, making it accessible to anyone who had a college email address. Over time, rules changed and now anyone with an email can join, and remains popular to this day. Because of all of this, in 2008, Zuckerberg became a self-made billionaire. Number 8 is Evan Spiegel, the founder of Snapchat. He was born wealthy as both his parents were high-profile lawyers. Spiegel went to an expensive private school and later to Stanford University. There, he met some tech nerds, Reggie Brown and Bobby Murphy, with whom he designed an innovative and creative application named Peekaboo. It was a platform when one person can send pictures to their friends which would disappear after some moments, mainly an app for privacy protection. In 2012, he left Stanford and started working solely on Peekaboo, which is now known as Snapchat. Within some time, his application became popular, and in 2013, Mark Zuckerberg offered to buy it for $3 million, but Spiegel refused to sell, believing that he would make billions by using Snapchat rather than by selling. In 2015, at 25 years old, Spiegel joined the Billionaires Club, and 2 years later, he received a cash bonus of $800 million. Number 7 is John Collison. At a time when online payments became a higher priority than cash and checks, there came along companies like Stripe that allowed an individual to send and receive money via the internet, and it was in high demand. The Collison brothers are in charge of their own company. Patrick and John are Irish entrepreneurs who founded a company named Shoppa in the year 2007. Within a year, it merged with another company and got bought. This gave Collison a decent amount of money that he used to put himself through Harvard University. In 2009, after leaving Harvard, he founded Stripe, and 6 years later gave huge dividends to both the Collison brothers, Patrick and John, becoming bona fide billionaires. John was just 26 at that time, and today his net worth has reached upwards of $2 billion. Number 6 is Dustin Moskovitz. Facebook is so powerful that the people who are associated with it are also making billions. One of them is Dustin Moskovitz, who was the roommate of Mark Zuckerberg at Harvard University. The two launched Facebook together in their room, and he was the chief technology officer of the company until 2008. Later, he left to strike it on his own without working for Facebook, the company he co-founded. He retained his 6% stake in the company, however. In 2018, when Facebook expanded in value, that small minority stake of 6% had made Dustin a billionaire at the age of 26. Nearly a decade later, with those Facebook shares, he's now worth $11 billion. He founded the project management tool after Facebook, Asana, which is valued at $1.5 billion. Once Asana becomes popular, who knows how heavy Moskovitz's wallet will be. Number 5 is Bobby Murphy. He was the co-founder of Snapchat. Murphy attended Stanford and was in the same fraternity as Spiegel and Reggie Brown. After launching a college advice startup called Future Freshman that went nowhere, the trio later worked on an application called Peekaboo that later changed its name to Snapchat. Now, after graduating from Stanford, Murphy worked as an engineer in a job to pay the sample server bills of Snapchat. Being majority stakeholders, Murphy and Spiegel profited significantly, where Murphy became a billionaire at the age of 27. He's currently worth $3 billion. Meanwhile, Reggie Brown was kicked out of the company and then filed a lawsuit claiming he had thought of the idea and wasn't given any credit. He hoped to get $500 million in the lawsuit, but in 2014, they settled for $157.5 million instead. Number 4 is Patrick Collison. He's the co-founder of Stripe and became a billionaire at the same time as his brother John. Patrick is 2 years older and took a little bit more time than his brother to make his money. He was interested in technology and science for years. Also, in 2005, at the age of just 16, he won an award for Ireland's Young Scientist and Technology exhibition by creating his own programming language. He became a millionaire later in 2010 by merging and selling his first ever company, Shoppa. Patrick and his brother founded Stripe, and 6 years later, the value of the company grew to over $9 billion. That time, Patrick alone owned a net worth of $2 billion and more. As a bookworm, he later launched his own publishing company named Strike Press. Stripe has given him a significant amount to live for the rest of his life. Number 3 is Eduardo Saverin. In 2010, only 8 American billionaires were under 40 years old, and 3 of them founded Facebook. You might know the fictional version of his story told in the movie The Social Network. He was a Harvard student who helped Mark Zuckerberg launch Facebook from his dorm room, providing financing. He served as the business manager of Facebook until 2005. Around that time, Zuckerberg got frustrated with the non-Facebook business interests of Saverin, cutting him out of the company completely. Saverin filed a lawsuit claiming that Facebook settled by giving him around 5% of the company's shares. In 2010, as Facebook grew in value, those shares garnered Saverin over $1 billion, and currently he's worth over $10 billion because of those Facebook shares. Number 2 is Sergey Brin, the co-founder of Google. He attended Stanford and met Larry Page during orientation on their first day at school. The two of them formed an immediate bond, realizing that the world needs a better search engine, and they created one, now known as Google. Google is powered by its own algorithm known as PageRank, which analyzes the amount of rankings of the backlinks of the websites to determine how high or how low the site will appear on Google. Google, after becoming available to everyone, it revolutionized web surfing forever. It became so successful that when the company became public in 2004, it was valued at over $27 billion. This made Brin a billionaire overnight. Google is now worth over $300 billion, and its parent company, Alphabet, is worth over $900 billion. As he owns both, he is making money like crazy, becoming the 10th richest person on earth with a net worth of over $54 billion. So the wait has come to an end as you wait to see who tops out our list of the top 10 youngest billionaires in the world. And it's none other than Elizabeth Holmes. The main thing that made her rich was a giant scam. In 2003, she founded a blood testing startup known as Theranos. The company claimed that it can perform a full blood test using just a minuscule fraction of the amount of blood. The idea attracted many backers, making the company worth $9 billion in 2014. This made the 30-year-old Holmes the youngest female self-made billionaire with a net worth of $4.5 billion. However, after 2 years, Forbes revised her net worth to zero because some investigations revealed that the Theranos blood testing technology simply did not exist. One by one, financial backers stopped funding the company, and the pharmaceutical companies also backed off from working with them. She's now been barred from owning another company for the next 10 years. Well, I hope you loved our information concerning the top 10 youngest billionaires in the world. If you have any suggestions or questions, ask in the comment section. Also, do like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe.